Over the weekend, Angel Reese and DJ Carrington are wondering why their precious dunk can't draw flies to a fresh turd. They're wondering why America refuses to watch pretend basketball. And last night, Angel Reese perfectly illustrates why we are not watching.
Is Angel Reese only deadweight or a star? While Angel Reese struggled with wide-open layups, Chelsea Gray led the team to victory. What did Reese carry? One player excelled, while the other only garnered notoriety for an embarrassing moment of failure. As we dissect every hilarious moment, revealing Angel Reese for who she really is, a player more focused on theatrics than actual basketball, the numbers alone tell the whole story. Reese covered her face in shame, and the video went viral, leaving many wondering if this is a real star deserving of demanding higher pay, if she is truly talented, or if she is just living in a delusion. To learn the truth, watch through to the very end.
Look at this. 1, 2. I mean, are you kidding? 3. What is happening? Again. You. I mean, I just can't even. I just can't even believe it. I mean, bleep it. Let's run it again, guys. And I'm not sure that's the worst one.
First of all, this was not simply a difficult game. Rather, it was a total breakdown of fundamental basketball skills. Now, the shame is spreading on social media more quickly than any highlight dunk, revealing the blatant lack of skill on exhibit.
What? Are you kidding? Yeah. Oh, this may be the same one from earlier. Okay. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Oh, shit. No. Up. Are you joking? I can't believe that's real, folks. I can't believe this shit's real. From a professional player.
No Defenders Angels attempts appeared to be an inadvertent comedy that was stuck on repeat, with each miss becoming more unbelievable than the last. There was no pressure, just wide open layups, but somehow she still managed to hit the bottom of the backboard. These are the most basic basketball shots, ones that high school players make 99 times out of 100, drilled into muscle memory through constant repetition.
What in the hell is going on here? I understand her team won. I get it. 5 of 13 from the field. 13 rebounds, 5 offensive rebounds, only 10 points.
After a really terrible mistake, when even the player responds as like they can't believe what just happened, the most embarrassing moment occurred when Angel literally covered her eyes in embarrassment. You know this is beyond horrible. Social media users quickly added circus music to the videos, making her performance a viral meme. One individual even made the joke that it was more like a comedy show blooper reel than a real basketball game.
The roses were not the only thing red last night. I'm sure there were some red faces in the crowd caused by uncontrollable laughter, as the crowd of dozens of people witnessed Angel Reese once again struggle to make routine layups.
However, with dozens of spectators hardly packing the stands, this is where the real fun starts. As miss after miss piled up, Angel Reese gave yet another masterclass in how not to make a layup. At this point, it's unclear if she's auditioning for a blooper reel or playing for the WNBA because the sound of basketballs hitting the backboard was muffled by the laughter of the audience.
She's like a combination of a baby deer and a baby giraffe trying to play basketball in a jersey. It's that kind of just awkwardness. And it's weird.
The sequence's most intolerable aspect was seeing Angel continually grab her own rebounds just to make a terrible layup, making it a never-ending cycle of failure. It was Groundhog Day grab rebound in basketball. Miss layup, repeat. At one point, she grabbed her own rebound 3 times in a row, but was still unable to score, leaving the crowd stunned. Basketball Twitter mercilessly compared her to a child who was having a hard time making their first basket, and the worst part was that it kept happening.
There were a lot of people who believed that Angel Reese was intentionally missing layups. And part of me understands why it would be easy to believe that. I mean, it is kind of hard to believe that a semi-professional basketball player could be this bad at basketball.
Angel, let's be fair. Reese wasn't intentionally missing those layups, which would have suggested that she actually controlled her shoots. Rather, she tried and failed with no complex plan or secret objective. She could have created them if she wanted to, but in reality, she isn't that talented, so blaming it on anything other than a total lack of competence in basic finishing is just grabbing at straws. The concept that she purposely missed is almost flattering. The true question, assuming this was prearranged, is why she repeatedly does the same awful play.
Crazy. She has below average basketball skills. It's almost baffling how she made it this far with limited skills. If she went on strike, her team might actually be better off.
From an objective standpoint, Angel Reese's widely shared layup mishaps rank among the most embarrassing shooting displays by a professional player in recent memory. We've witnessed air balls and players being blocked, but consistently missing. Wide open layups like this is a whole new level of basketball failure.
The year after, they probably gonna be making more than us.
No, they are.
I'm hurt.
They are. Like, yeah. I've been in the meetings. They are.
I need to get in the field.
You need to come to the
I
meeting.
gotta get in the meetings because I'm hearing like, yeah, they don't give us, if y'all don't give us what we want, like, we sitting out.
That's a possibility.
Angel Reese's most recent remarks regarding a possible WNBA strike are just as perplexing as earlier ones. Despite having trouble making uncontested layups and putting up one of the worst shooting performances in recent memory, she still feels that she should receive a huge pay raise rather than concentrating on upgrading her game. Reese is more focused on requesting greater compensation, which is odd given that her legal battles have become widely shared memes. It's almost funny that someone who struggles to score from under the basket believes they should be in charge of contract negotiations. Perhaps rather than threatening to strike, she should focus on improving her shooting percentage. She boldly declared, "If they don't give us what we want, we're sitting out," while real elite players let their performances speak for themselves.
I saw a report the other day claiming that Unrivaled is guaranteed to return next season on TNT. Me personally, though, I would not be surprised if TNT just cut their losses and canceled this dump. This league is not sustainable. The salaries that these players are making, the salaries are larger than the size of the audience that they're drawing.
Here, let's examine the numbers. Angel Reese, a WNBA rookie, makes between $60,000 and $77,000, which is the typical rookie salary. However, based on her remarks, it appears that she feels she should demand much higher salary increases comparable to those of the NBA while having difficulty learning the fundamentals of the game and making a wide-open layup. The disparity is astounding.
Guys, how many times have I said she shouldn't be practicing no jumpers from nowhere? I mean, she ought to be just layup after layup after layup. Because let's be real, a lot of the heat she takes is because of this. And it's because it's not to be believed.
This raises a significant query regarding Angels. Angel has completely flipped that formula, becoming a celebrity first and worrying about improving her game later. At this point, her basketball skills feel like an afterthought, taking a back seat to the image she's carefully crafted online. Reese's career path is her social media fame skyrocketing while her basketball skills lag behind. She's built a massive personal brand and following, but she hasn't proven she can perform consistently at a professional level.
Can this person possibly be demanding more money from anyone to play basketball anyway? I mean, if in your other endeavors, fine, go make your money. But guys, how many times have I said she shouldn't be practicing no jumpers from nowhere?
When you actually examine what transpired on the court that evening, the Rose completely destroyed Vinyl by almost 30 points, but let's be clear that Angel Reese had nothing to do with it. Instead, Chelsea Gray, the true star, gave a flawless masterclass while Angel was too preoccupied with rebounding her own embarrassing misses. The confusion of contradictions surrounding Angel Reese only becomes more absurd.
Team won, that's great. But it was Chelsea Gray that carried their asses last night. Let's just be real.
The uneven victory conceals an awkward truth regarding individual performances. Chelsea Gray was the real engine behind the Rose's resounding victory, putting on an elite-level display that demonstrated how much inferior Angel Reese was. While Chelsea executed with skill and precision, Angel's greatest contributions were a string of blocks rather than game-changing plays. Now, let's dissect that so-called double-double. While 10 points and 13 rebounds may seem respectable on paper, anyone who truly knows basketball can see the issue. A significant portion of those rebounds came from her own missed shots, meaning her greatest statistical accomplishment was merely rebounding her own mistakes. When your best stat is clearing your own mess, it's difficult to argue that you're actually making an impact.
Do you guys remember that mythical streak of double-doubles last summer, where the media was celebrating the supposed greatness of this elite athlete? Angel Reese is amazing!
Do you guys recall that alleged historic double-double run that was blown up by the media last summer? They presented Angel Reese as an undisputed women's basketball superstar and world-class athlete, but let's take a closer look. The media created a myth about her based on how many of those double-doubles were earned by skill and how many were just the result of her missing shots and rebounding her own bricks. But now that the truth is out, a hollow streak of statistics cannot conceal the fact that Angel Reese was never as good as they wanted us to think.
You got to remember, guys, do not forget. The Chicago Sky had a season meltdown during the double-double streak. They were in like the 7th and 8th playoff spot and had a meltdown during that streak.
The Chicago shitfucks would be down by 20 points, and all of a sudden, Angel Reese would take over the game. She would not stop fighting. She would cut that 20-point lead down to 15 and miraculously end the game with a double-double.
The idea that Angel Reese led the squad has always been overblown. Chicago. A great player elevates their team, but Angel Reese only elevates the highlight reels of her own embarrassing moments. Sky could be behind 20 points when Angel flips. The switch fights relentlessly, cuts the lead to 15 points, and magically finishes with a double-double. Sounds impressive, right? But let's talk about reality. In her most recent disastrous game, Angel struggled with wide-open layups that she missed repeatedly and grabbed her own rebounds, turning her double-double into a statistical joke rather than an actual impact performance.
In fairness to Angel Reese and Unrivaled, there is bad basketball too in the NBA. I watch a lot of the NBA, and I'll be honest with you, some nights it can be a slog. But the difference is, most nights, the NBA is presenting a good product. That is rare in women's basketball.
Even the NBA occasionally has poor performances, but contrasting that with Angel Reese and the league's unmatched status is a very different matter. There are evenings when NBA games seem slow. The action slows down and the game drags on, but this is the main distinction. The NBA consistently produces high-caliber content with elite players, explosive moments, and performances that are truly worth watching. But in women's basketball, particularly in games with Angel Reese, poor play is all too common. You can't expect a top-tier game when the so-called star player can't even make simple layups. Perhaps Angel Reese might start with making uncontested shots if she genuinely feels she deserves NBA-level compensation.
You can't find high-level players to fill your current teams. You're having a hard enough time finding 144 quality players. One of the only recognizable players in your league, Angel Reese, can't make shots while standing under the basket.
There is obviously a major issue when a league finds it difficult to assemble 144 talented athletes, and yet one of their most famous stars to fill its rosters. When one of the league's supposedly best players struggles with basic skills, how can anyone expect it to produce high-caliber basketball? Angel Reese is unable of even making layups while standing beneath the hoop. Women's basketball requires real stars who can take the sport to new heights in order to thrive, but Angel Reese is a player who is more concerned with establishing her personal brand than honing her on-court abilities. The continuous discussion around Angel Reese's true degree of expertise and her request for increased compensation in spite of her WNBA. The WNBA is a league that is thirsty for legitimacy, but lacks the talent to have fans genuinely believe in. Its product and court failures brilliantly underscore these problems. The harsh reality is that the WNBA's future isn't as promising as they would like us to think if this is all the league has to offer.